I hope you guys are just staying hard, staying up, educating, getting to work when the time comes. That's a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today is OpenAI's new update to their ChatGPT models, giving you guys a plethora to work with. I've been seeing X and other social medias going crazy about this update, and kind of the stuff you can create is absolutely wild. And if you guys are watching this video right now on YouTube, the thumbnail that you clicked on to watch this video, or maybe it was live so you didn't have to, but that was created with ChatGPT in the new models. And there's some pros about it, there's some cons about it still, that the kinks will be worked out eventually. But I'm going to show you guys how to get around that, talk about how to get around some of that stuff, and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna look at the models together. We're gonna create some stuff together today, and I would need you guys to be interactive in the chat today because you're gonna drive the show. You're gonna drive the AI, and you guys are gonna interact with it, and we're gonna create it. So before I get started, what I'm going to be talking about today is OpenAI, like I just discussed, but also the Taylor's Code community. I want you guys to use the skills that I'm teaching you guys and apply that to your business, apply that to your social media, to your graphic design, however you use AI or want to use AI or can. Go in. Once I teach you guys how to do some of this stuff, that's fairly easy. Like, it's so easy to use now. That is the beauty of it. That's the simplicity of AI, is that it's taking complex problems and making it accessible for everyone to do this. You don't have to be a graphic designer anymore. You don't have to spend months learning what YouTube videos, thumbnails are going to go viral. AI is going to do all that research for you and create it for you now, which is crazy. So I'm just going to be walking through you guys some prompts, show you guys how I made the YouTube video thumbnail for today. Show you guys how I did that. I did it super easy. I'll tell you right now, I made it last night in about 30 seconds. I tried to do some updates to it, but that'll be one of the cons I talk about. So if you guys are in the chat, please drop some stuff that you want us to create with the new OpenAI model, and we'll go through and we'll talk through it and we'll create it together. All right? And we're bringing back the Coffee Chats AM. If you guys were subscribers from early in my YouTube channel, sub 100 subscribers, we used to do Coffee Chats AM every morning, so we're keeping that alive on the Sunday conversation. All right, but before we get started, make sure to check out the link in my description for the Taylor's Code community. If you guys want to Pepe memes, we'll definitely do that. We'll check that out. Make sure to go check out the link in my description in the bio if you want to work with me on this AI stuff more in depth, and we could talk about it on the day-to-day basis. We could work on a project that you're working on for maybe your e-commerce store, or maybe you're just a graphic designer who wants to learn more about it. We could talk today as soon as I get off the call, if you guys join up on the link in the description, and we could talk in there all day. Pepe memes, all right, that's a good one. We'll talk about that. So before we get started on doing some crazy AI thumbnails or whatever we're going to make here, I want to talk about what pretty much happened for this ChatGPT update. All right, and ChatGPT is going to use a lot of power on my computer, guys. So just forewarning you, before we dive into these models, ChatGPT uses a lot of GPU power, so it might experience a little bit of lagging. I hope not. But just a fair warning, because ChatGPT is using a lot of power, a lot of energy. All right, so let me produce this over to the screen. And I want to make sure that you guys could see the whole screen. Perfect. All right, guys, so here we go, ChatGPT. We're going to create something new. And so what happened with this update? Everyone's talking about, oh, it's a crazy update. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong screen. Here we go. So you guys can see a little bit more of it. So what happened with this OpenAI update, and why is it so transcending past any update they've done or anything they've done in the past? And how is this really going to help you into the future? Well, for one, we've known what OpenAI has been building with ChatGPT. And if you click here on your ChatGPT, you could see all the models that they've had previously and that ones that they're currently working on that are up and you could use, but they just have different modes, right? So the one that I'm going to be using today, which I think is generationally the best, is this GPT 4.0. This is the most recent up-to-date that they did that is going to allow you to create visuals and really have the AI create you thumbnails and just explore imagination. Whatever you want to create, it'll create it for you, right? So 4.0 is that one. The 4.0 with the scheduled tasks now will allow you to use API plugins across different applications, so maybe Meta or X or whatever other software you use that has an API plugin. So it'll actually create scheduled tasks for you, so you could create the ChatGPT, hey, I need a YouTube thumbnail every Monday at 4 o'clock. Okay, you could schedule that out with the ChatGPT 4.0, and it's going to remember that. It's going to create it for you every 4 o'clock on a Monday, and then it'll send you a notification, hey, your task is ready. So GPT 4.5 says good for writing and exploring ideas. That's probably more if you want to write an email. That's the most up-to-date for writing purposes. 0.1, advanced reasoning, that's if you're a coder, you need a coding question. It's going to provide you some good ideas with that. 0.3 mini, same thing as 0.1 pretty much. It's just a little bit faster, so it could give you quicker, simpler answers. And then we have the old models, which would be the 4.0 mini. Again, same as the 4.0, it's just going to use a little less power, a little less data, and it will get things done quicker. And then the old model, which is GPT-4 at this point. So ChatGPT has been through 3 previous models, which all have been better each and every time, but this 4.0 model is currently the best that I have used at this time. And this stuff is progressing so fast. If you would have asked me last week before this update came out, what is the best AI tool to use, I would have told you Grok. And why Grok? Well, Grok has up-to-date information from X, right? So every time somebody sends out a tweet and somebody sends out a post or a picture, Grok is taking that information and using it in its database. While also using the internet, Grok uses the internet and advanced reasoning and questions, and it has a think mode, right? So it's very good for all of that stuff, up-to-date information. GPT now, 4.0, now has the advanced reasoning and it has the up-to-date internet searches, but now it also has that layer of these imaginative, creative images of graphic design, which Grok is really good at the image design that it has. It's super realistic, but the imagination part of what this GPT 4.0 model can do is just nothing I've ever seen before, and nothing that I don't think other people are going to be able to create just yet. They're going to need a couple more months to get their AI to do this, because I know listening to Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, talk about this model, they've been having this in the works for a long time. So this is something that is something that it's really hard to build and it's really good to use. So we're gonna get started here. I want to show you on what I did to get the thumbnail for today's video before we jump into what people are asking, Pepe memes and other things. So super easy. All right, so let's just go to the top. So what I said is create me a viral YouTube thumbnail for my video today titled Learn ChatGPT Like a Pro. I'm going to be showing all of my followers your amazing features. All right, so just telling the model that I'm going to be making a video titled Learn ChatGPT, and I'm going to be showing them the features of ChatGPT. And it goes through the design concept of what it's going to build me. So the visual, split screen look, left side is going to have a surprised look, a facial expression, pointing at the screen, eyes wide, excitement. All right, so, and then some other things. The right side is going to have the ChatGPT interface with overlays like write my emails, builds my business, answers everything. And then just the bold text overviews, masters ChatGPT, neon green or blue, like a pro, and then some bonus eye candy, some icons and things. So for this first part, I said a close-up of your surprised or impressed facial expressions. It didn't have a reference of what I look like. So And this is one of the major cons of this as of right now that I think will get fixed in the future. But I gave them my image here. So one of my images that I use for my thumbnails, I said, yes, use this image as a reference for number one. So number one, it was saying a close-up of your surprised face. So it didn't know what I look like exactly. So I gave it a reference of what I look like. And you can see here, it does look like me. The hair looks good. The chain, right? Even my hands are in here. The blue shirt, right? It looks fairly good. The nose, the 5 o'clock shadow on my face, and even the eyebrows, right? It looks like me. But what they did was the AI said eyes wide and excitement. So it did add a little bit of a flair to my picture, and it looks good, right? It looks good. But here's one of the cons with this is that it's not going to completely resemble you every single time. They put a layer in the the OpenAI policy that you can't physically recreate human people as much as you would for like animated. So this is like a legitimate picture of me that I took by myself. And the reason why they're going to add this in is because I just can't take a random image off the internet of somebody's face and then put it in here and put them like shooting a gun, killing someone. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's going to cause problems for likeness of real people's images. So it's not going to 100% look like someone's face, like 100% accuracy, because that's just a liability from people's perspective of taking other people's images and putting it up on pictures and making them do crazy things. And who knows, people believe anything they see on the internet. So that is a policy in OpenAI, is that human faces will not 100% be created as how they say it, right? It's always going to look different. And I'll show you again an example. So after I got this image, I did like this image. I was like, let's use this, but I wanted to make a modification just to show you guys here. So let's recreate this viral YouTube image, and I provided it with the image it gave me, again with the image that I wanted to use. Make the eyes look less poppy, use this photo as a reference. So this time it did make the eyes less poppy, but you can see this image doesn't look as much like me, right? This guy's not as handsome, he's ugly obviously, but this is what I'm saying, is it's not going to recreate your image 100%. Can I still use this image? Does it look okay? Yeah, I mean, it looks okay. If someone didn't know what I looked like and they clicked on the YouTube video, they might buy it, but people that know me know that isn't me in the image, right? So these are just some things, some quirks, some policy decisions, and this is a lot going to have to do a lot with the law around AI, is using people's likeness and images. Now, if you use someone super famous, we could try this out. Like if we used Donald Trump, there's like a gajillion pictures out there of Donald Trump on the internet. So will it give me an accurate image of him? Probably, because just there's so many images already out there for it to pull from that it might look accurate. There's not as many pictures of me on the internet as there is of Donald Trump, so it doesn't know exactly how to pull that together. That guy's a dweeb. Yeah, look at it. No one's going to click on that YouTube video, right? So that's just something to keep in mind if you guys are going to use this for your image likeness purposes, is that there's a policy put in place by OpenAI that your image is not going to be used by the AI. So like, it's not going to store your image inside the database and then be able to reproduce your image, right? That'd be scary for a lot of different reasons. So that's just something to keep in mind. And this is the recreation that I did. So super easy. That took me about 8 minutes last night to do this previous one, read through it, and then ask it for a change. And another point that I'll make is that I found out that it works better if you start the conversation new, fresh, asking for something. Because in previous ones, like I was going through, I was building product images with it, and this is something that I built one of my product images for. I gave it all the products, the images I had, right? And then I asked it to recreate this image. So then I posted this online. So if you guys follow me on social media this week, I posted this and then just recreated it. So how to build a website document. Also, if you guys want to buy that, that's on the Taylor's Code website, link in the description. So just finding different ways. And then I said, put this image on a billboard in Times Square, right? And it does it. It puts the image that it created for me on a billboard in Times Square. So what I've noticed though, and where I was going with that, is that I think it creates better images when you just start the chat over and where it has no reference to what you were talking about prior. If I was talking to this chat here about my product image and then I just said what I said about a YouTube thumbnail, it might have been referencing some points that I made previously about the product image, and it might have been mixed up a little bit. So that's why I even went in here and asked it to build me something new, fresh off a chat. So that's just one simple point that I would want to point out. If you're going to create a lot of images, just create new chats with it. That way it's not referencing the stuff that you might have told it prior in the chat above. All right. Any questions there, guys? What do you guys think about the image creator model? We got double-digit live viewers across all platforms, so please chime in, guys. Ask some questions. So what we're going to do now is we had a request come in to create something. And Stunna wants Pepe memes. All right, so let's ask the AI model, create me an image of the crypto coin Pepe. And let's see, what can we... I really want to test the imagination of the AI here. Becoming the highest market becoming the highest market cap crypto coin passing Bitcoin. So let's just imagine Pepe goes to 2 trillion in market cap, passes Bitcoin. Yes, we'll do that next. We'll show them how to use the ad to the image creator to create ads for their products. All right, but first let's see what the AI will come up with creating Pepe becoming the highest market cap crypto coin passing Bitcoin. So this is really testing the imagination of the AI, because what does that look like to us? Well, it just looks like a number on the market cap, right? But let's see how the ChatGPT imagines Pepe becoming the highest market cap crypto coin. And then I'll ask it to create it into a meme. Okay. And this is where I was saying that it's going to use a lot of computing power to create these memes, because who knows what it's doing on the back end. It's really doing the server here, the database. You can already tell what's going on in this image here. It's not giving us a lot of information, but it looks like it's a green candle with Pepe on top, and then an arrow going over Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay. So it just gave us 3 charts, Pepe with the biggest chart, and Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, so now let's say create an image of Pepe the Frog smashing a Bitcoin into a million. I would say it was Bitcoin into pieces on a spaceship to Mars. So now we're really getting creative here. Let's see what this comes up. And obviously, guys, the more you work in this and the more you generate prompts to create this stuff, the better you'll get at it. So if you really want to create like the perfect meme for Pepe, I didn't add meme in here. I should have. But it's just going to get better, and you'll understand where it's going when it's creating this stuff. This image looks a little bit different here. This looks white. And obviously, the more information you give it the more it's going to take to kind of think about what you're doing. All right, here we go. This looks interesting. Okay, so it looks like Pepe is in a spaceship on Mars, and it looks like he has some kind of axe in his hand. But that, if you guys know what the Pepe memes look like, that's what Pepe the Frog looks like, 100%. So it's got him down perfectly. Boom. Look at that. We'll open this image up. Look at that. That's legit graphics right there. Like, you would need, back in the day, you would have to go to school for graphic design and animation to create something like this. This is like legitimately like art right here. Look at this. Mars in the background out the window. Pepe the Frog looks 100% like he looks like. The Bitcoin looks legit, and he's got a sledgehammer he's smashing it with. I'm saving that. That's great. And then so this is a perfect time. So let's save the image, right? So you can't do it from the screen, but you can do it from right here. You're gonna go here, save image as, and then I'm just gonna put Pepe on Mars, and I'll save it to my downloads. All right, so boom, there we have it, and I'm gonna post that on X later, and I'm gonna talk about what we were doing to create that. But what do you guys think? Is perfect recreation? That's fire. Yeah. This is the power that I'm talking about, guys. It could, anything that you think about that you really want to visualize in any single way, you can do it. I think it's great for art purposes like this, memes. Like this one came out really good. Pepe on bars. All right, let's see if we could get a drunk Pepe. Now create this image of Pepe on a bar drunk smashing at Bitcoin. On a bar drunk on a bar in Vegas. Here we go. Not only is this super good from a visual, like graphic arts perspective, guys, this is like fun. And another part where I think is a huge business opportunity with this. And if you guys have watched my live streams before, I've talked about print-on-demand services and other things. If you guys can create a print-on-demand store, and then you just want to sell photos, maybe like canvases that you hang up in the background, you know, a picture like this guy here, it's just on a canvas. You could use the AI ChatGPT to just create you infinite amount of images that you could then copy and paste into your print-on-demand store. Now you have unlimited products you could sell just from using AI. All right, guys, and then it comes down to marketing after that. All right, so let's see our image here of Pepe in Vegas on a bar drunk smashing a Bitcoin. And the reason I'm still using this chat is because it's still referencing Pepe above. Look at that Vegas sign. So Pepe's got his whiskey. He's a little less smiley. He's not as drunk as I would like him to be. But it's still similar to the previous picture. It's pretty good, and not as good as I would think. Maybe It's good though. He's got a nice red button-down shirt on with the "Welcome to Las Vegas" sign in the back. I mean, it's still pretty good. All right. So that's, Pepe example. Let's do a quick example. I'm going to start a new chat here. Let's talk about some product and services that you could use for your business. Maybe you're a small business owner. Maybe you sell, let's see, what's something we could do? Someone give me an idea. Something a small business owner could do. What are small business owners usually? Boutique, clothing, maybe a coffee shop. Let's do a coffee shop. Small business owner, right? I don't have any, coffee shop images on my computer, so we could start from scratch here. Let's just give the AI a little bit of background about us. So I am a small business owner in Florida. We sell coffee and small bites for breakfast. All right, so we're just a small coffee shop. We sell egg bites and some croissants and whatever. All right, so I need an ad for my business starting April 1st. We are doing buy one coffee, get a muffin for free. All right, so that's going to be our advertising promotion if you buy one coffee at our coffee shop. In April, let's give it an end date. Starting April 1st, ending April 30th, we are doing buy one coffee, get one muffin for free. All right, maybe this is you. Maybe you own a coffee shop and you're looking to do that. I'm going to say make the image spring colors. So maybe yellows, purples, spring pinks, spring colors, Easter time. Oh, that's good. That's a good idea. So make the image spring colors, maybe add some Easter eggs. Here we go. So I would imagine this one's going to give me a prompt. Image. The Pepe memes were too much for it. It says we'll need to wait about 3 minutes before I can generate it for you. But yeah, we could. It's still saying it could draft the layout. All right. And I'm always super friendly and nice to the AI because you never know when they're gonna take over and kill us later. So I always say please and thank you. Okay, so perfect. Here's a draft layout and visual direction for your spring coffee and muffin promotion ad. So text, spring special, bright, playful, font in pastel yellow or pink. The main section. Image of a to-go coffee cup, white with a soft pastel sleeve, the fresh muffin beside the cup, the background with light blue or green gradient scattered with spring flowers, a couple of Easter eggs peeking out of the sides or corners. And the reason I like when it gives you all this information before it creates the image is because what you could do is you could just copy all this and then you can change what you don't like. It says, once the image generator cools down, I'll create a version of this design for you. So once it gives you this information here with what it's going to create, and maybe you thought of something you want to change quickly, you can just copy this, put it in the prompt, and then you could change it. So right here, it actually put like your business, your city, and your address of where your business is located. So you could put that on the ad because it doesn't know where my business is because I didn't tell it, right? It doesn't know. But also from a color perspective or whatever it is, having all this information here is super helpful if you want to change things. And like I said before, if you have pictures of your products, maybe you already have pictures of the muffins you're selling or your coffee cups, you could take those images and upload them into the generator here, and it will use those to continue creating. All right. So yeah, see, it says here, want to include your logo or business name on the ad too? If so, drop the name or upload the logo and I'll include it in the final images. I'm going to say the name. All right, the name of my coffee shop is Bob's Coffee Deluxe. All right, I'll ping you again as soon as I'm able to generate the image. So like I said before, this image creator uses a lot of power, uses a lot of GPU power. And also on ChatGPT's side, OpenAI side, there's probably millions of people trying to use this right now. So there's probably so many images being created. They just don't want to overrun their servers and overrun the whole software as a whole, because then it'll crash and then nobody could use it, right? So they limit it from just a GPU power perspective. They don't want to override their servers. So I just created like 3 Pepe memes. So it's going to give me a couple minute break, while they try to get some other images created on the back end, whoever else is using it. All right. So this is the paid version too, by the way. So this is $19.99 a month in order to get access to the ChatGPT 4.0 model. So just another heads up, if you're on the free model ChatGPT, I don't know if this will create this for you. I haven't had the free version in a long time, so I haven't been able to use that or test that. I've been using the paid version. It's $19.99 a month. In my opinion, it's worth it for some things. It's not worth it for others. Like I said before, I think Grok is great at writing and understanding information on the internet. If you're doing research, I think ChatGPT is great for image creation and kind of advanced reasoning with maybe coding a website or doing other things like that. So pick and choose what you want to use. There's so many different models out there that you don't have to do the paid version of ChatGPT, but the image creator is a paid feature of OpenAI. Okay, so just a heads up for that. So I'm going to say create this image now. Let's see if it'll create it. There we go. And I would think that this is going to create more of like an Instagram style photo, maybe something for your story, something for, just to post on Instagram, post on Facebook. So that's the style that I think it's going to go for. You could also implement that into the prompt saying, I'm going to post this on my Instagram story. I'm going to be posting this on Facebook or whatever, however you're going to post it to get people to see it. You could add that layer in and it'll even define it even more. So I think it does very well when it has something to reference. So if you were an owner of a business and you had some product images and you had your logo of what the business is, it would incorporate that into it. I don't have a coffee shop, so I could show you another example of one of the products that I sell, and we could do that since I have some more images for that. But this is just, off the top of your head. If you need something quick, you're just getting started for your business, you don't have anything, this could help you out. So the spring special, you buy one coffee, get a muffin for free. So that's the promotion we're going for. All right, so there we go. So spring special, buy one coffee, get one muffin free. April 1st through April 30th, Bob's Coffee Deluxe in Florida. All right. No items selected. Doesn't want to show me the full image. But that's something that you could very easily get started with. Maybe you didn't have any promotional experience in graphic design or creating something. This would take a graphic designer a pretty good amount of time to get all these flowers in here, the eggs, a coffee, a muffin, and then also adding in the dates and the name of your store or wherever you're doing it. All right. So that's just an example of a promotion of buy a coffee, get a muffin for free. All right. So I'm going to do one final one, and it's going to be something more related to me. So I'm going to delete this one out just because I feel like it was using up a lot of a lot of data. The Pepe one. So let's create something new. So I'm going to give it a little bit of information, and then I'm going to give it a reference of some images. So let me give it some images first. So I have some images here, some of my products. Let's see. Let's do the money psychology. So graphics here. I have some ebook images. So I'm just going to select a bunch of these, the checkbook, the ebook, prompts. So I'll just take these. We'll add those. Didn't like that. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 images of my product, the money psychology in business. I'm going to say, this is my product I am selling on my website, and it's the tailorscode.com. Okay. Please create me an image showing off my product, and give me a attention. Sorry if you guys can hear my dog in the back too. Attention grabbing headline. Also a buy one, get one free promotion. Make the colors darker. All right. So here we go. It has my product images, and it has my prompt of where I sell the products, thetailorscode.com. And also, I gave it a little more information to give me an attention-grabbing headline, and also a buy one, get one free promotion, and make the colors a little bit darker. So let's see what it comes up with. I have a feeling this one's going to be good. It's already pretty good. Unlock the secrets of financial psychology, I would say. Oh, decision making. And also, guys, this is stuff that people used to do for a living. People used to be advertising marketers. They would have businesses where they would strictly make these images for businesses. They don't have to do that anymore. Well, here's what they could do. So an agency that maybe creates, okay, this one's not great. I would actually like it to give me more information about what's inside the book. I would put that in there and add those in there. So it still looks good though. It added in a couple images. I would say, here's what I could do. I'm gonna say, Let's paste that. I want to copy this image. I'm going to add this image to the advertisement image. Because we got to see what's inside the book a little bit, So it's going to add this one in here. But what I was saying is that people used to do advertising graphic design for a business. Now people can just do that internally themselves. This is like a small business owner's best friend. You don't have to go out and hire someone who's going to create product images for $100 a pop on your social media, when you could just sit down and chat with AI about your business for an hour, 2 hours, and you could get 100 images, right? As many as it'll let you create, is OpenAI will let you create. It's literally free once you pay the $19.99, of course. But you could create these images for infinite amount of time. If you sit down and do it for 8 hours one day, put in a shift of just creating product images for yourself, you'll have them for months. So let's see if it'll add the open book to the image, which I hope it does. But this is going to be the last image that we create, everyone. So if you guys have any questions, please drop them in the chat here before we sign off for the day. I hope this, guys, was informational for you. I hope this really showed you the power of AI. I talk about it a lot, and I hope that you guys can see how useful this is and how powerful it is to help your business and to help anything you want to do from an image perspective. This new update is absolutely insane. So please, if you guys have any questions, go to the link in the description. You guys can buy the Taylor's code, get access to the community on Discord, and we could chat about it further. If you guys want to hop on with me, if you guys want to save $19.99 and you guys want me to create you guys some images, we could hop on and we could do that. That's something I'm willing to do to anybody in the community. So if you're watching this, let's hop on. So here's the image created, right? I told it to add this image of the book, and it added the image of the book, all right? So look, it took from this image with just 1 and 2, the prompt pack and the ebook. Now it's the ebook, the prompt pack, and the one I told it to do, all right? So it works perfectly. All you gotta do is prompt it correctly, learn a little bit, work a little bit in it, and guys, this is the future of online business, the future of making graphic design, product advertising. It's all right here on the power of one laptop. You don't need fancy graphic designers who are going to overcharge you thousands of dollars, right? You got to keep that profit in-house for yourself. All right? Any further questions, anyone? It was a great stream. A lot of good prompts people put in the chat. We got about 20 live viewers across all platforms. We'd love to get those numbers up, but we will. We're going to keep trucking. And yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it. Any questions, please drop them in the comment section below if you're watching this video afterwards. But other than that, go to the Taylor's Code link in the description. We could chat more inside the community about this and about your e-commerce store if you're looking to get these advertisements made. But other than that, everyone, I'm logging off. Make sure to go check out Priamo's live stream starting at 11 o'clock on the Properly Paid channel. He's going to have some juice for you guys today. So make sure to go check that out. And we'll be back on Wednesday for the Gentleman's Code. See you guys then.